is up? Hope you guys are well. I don't know if I'm doing well. I look a little bit funky. Yeah, so I don't know how many of you guys were in today's morning stream. I guess yesterday's if you're watching it on Tuesday. But yeah, Tuesday's morning stream, people were commenting on the tablet I was using, which is the iPad Pro here. This one specifically. This is I'm pretty sure this is the 12th gen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the 12.9 inch 5th gen iPad Pro. I don't know. It's the 2022 model, I'm pretty sure. I didn't just impulse buy it, obviously. I'm just borrowing this from my dad for a video. And then I have an Apple Folio and a Gen 2 pencil on here. So I'd say it's pretty up to date. I don't think you would need anything past the M2 chip anyways. I've only heard people complain about iPad OS. But yeah, that's what I am working with here. In regards to like gear swap and review, I think this is like a slightly debated topic, especially among the productivity community, at least from what I can see in my Discord and stuff. So I have been thinking about like trying to swap it around a little bit. I think it is a little bit hard to find like accurate, up-to-date comparisons between like different gear that people find popular and attractive. So I'm thinking about starting up a little corpus, especially just on stuff I've used and stuff I review. So I guess I'll start here with e-ink and the iPad, and I'll update the corpus for those. And then as I keep making like this kind of like gear review video, I'll keep updating the corpus for those products and how they stack up against each other. I'm thinking of just like a tiering system based off of the pros and cons I can find of them. So yeah, hopefully the format is a little bit better. Let me know what y'all think. Yeah. So I've been on ink for a while. I'm assuming you guys have not watched my ink video, but this is my Note Air 3 that I've used since around February, I'd say. And then, or like February of 2024, sorry. And then this is my Supernote A5X2 setup. This was sent to me by Supernote like last December, and like December 2024. I've been using it since then. But I realized I've always just gotten swept up in the e-ink hype that the productivity community kind of has. And I never really tried out iPad and gave it a fair chance to stand up in my workflow. And I think that iPad definitely has some stuff that I want to implement into my workflow. So that's why we are looking at it today. I've been using it for around 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure I've hit like all the different functions that I would use for an iPad in my workflow. Like I said, this is just 5th gen iPad, I think, 2022 model. iPad Pro 12.9 inch actually, with Apple Folio and Apple Pencil Gen 2. So I would say it's pretty modern, up to date, however you'd call it. The first thing that I want to talk about is the ink screen, because obviously while they are both tablets, they kind of cater to different audiences. The ink screen on one of these guys is pretty much one of the biggest drawing factors, I would say. Obviously it has the whole like looks like paper thing, but it also drains less battery than like a LED screen, or I guess this is like OLED now, I don't know, but it's just like the moving particle technology, whatever, and that takes up less battery because it refreshes less, I think. I don't know, something like that. But anyways, the moral of the story is that these guys, you measure how long the battery lasts in like days or weeks instead of hours on one of these dudes. I will say this one definitely has a better battery life than this one in my experience. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but the Supernote lasts maybe like a week, and I can get this guy to last around 2 weeks. I think that might be because of just my usage time and usage purposes, because I mainly use this one to only read, while I use this one to mark stuff up, etc. Transferring files, maybe. I don't really know. But this guy, I found that it goes down to around, it's at 45% right now. I don't even know if that'll focus, but 45%, and I've used it for the entire day today. It's 11. I streamed for 4 hours this morning, and then I went to like a 2 hour lecture and wrote notes, entire lecture, came home, worked a little bit more, studied, and it's at 45%. So I could probably cut it to 2 days, especially if I use like low power mode and some more conservative settings. Yeah, but I would like to say that as someone that doesn't feel like too strained by using like digital screens, like I know people say blue light's bad for you, and I'm sure this will come back to bite me at some point in my life, but I've used plenty of blue light devices right before sleeping, and I haven't really felt too much of a difference in my lifestyle or like felt affected from that. And I can't say eye strain is too big of a worry for me. I just really like how text looks, especially stuff like manga on ink. That was the main drawing factor for me, and that is like one of the things I enjoy most about ink so far. Yeah, so I would say if you have like eye strain issues, definitely go e-ink. I think it's like one of the best solutions to using digital files with or to digital writing, I mean. But yeah, for me that's not the biggest concern. So I'm mainly here for the aesthetic, if I'm being honest. And yeah, another factor that originally drew me to getting my Note Air 3 was the price. I think it was like $400, but I don't know why, but the iPad price market has significantly dropped, it feels like. I was on Hardware Swap just now. I can probably, I'm sure someone else could also go on there and find a very similar post, but I saw like this exact same setup, except it actually had that, like the Folio keyboard, the smart keyboard version of this, from Apple, and the guy was selling this as a bundle for like 500 shipped, which is kind of crazy, considering that a brand new Super Note with this Folio attachment and the pen, that's based the same. The setup I have right here is like $630, right? So you're still saving like $130. Like it might be used, but it's a used iPad. It's not like, it's still gonna be pretty solid, you know. And from my experience, like this, like however premium like you can call this note-taking service, I don't think it's worth like $130 worth more than an iPad, especially where you're like restricting some features like off of a tablet, right? I really would say the only drawing point to me seems to be the eye strain and blue light benefits. Yeah, as with the writing feel, I know that's also something I should have addressed. I have one of these paper-like screen protectors on the iPad. I did try the nano coating. I actually really like the nano coating, but that was just something I tried at the store. I didn't have a nano coated iPad on hand, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure I would have enjoyed it. The e-ink coating, like I don't even know if it's e-ink. There's like some kind of screen protector on this one that Supernote makes that's like, it's kind of like squishy. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's not quite fully solid. It has a bit of give, and I think that's to give it like the healing effect when you scratch it with your nib, or if you scratch it with your nib. But it's a good feeling, but it's definitely not like anything close to a real like nice pen on paper feel or anything like that. It's similar here. It's like it's real hard. I'd say it's the same. It's almost the same from the Note Air 3 and an iPad with like a $20 protector on it. So I can't really see writing feel as too big of an argument here. And then, yeah, I will say that just taking notes on an iPad, the refresh rate being so much higher is like something that I didn't realize was like annoying me. I've like, just using a tablet, it feels very responsive, and it's nice to have something that's so much higher refresh rate, I guess. I also realized that when I draw, like I obviously like don't draw a lot. I have like one document here. These are like basically traces, but I was just like drawing random stuff, or like trying to draw random stuff, practicing, and it's a lot. It feels a lot more polished on iPad compared to something like e-ink, and I'm sure that most artists would say that. I can't really call myself a great drawer, but I like drawing, and I find the experience much better on iPad compared to e-ink. And I feel like this is pretty much top of the line, other than like Remarkable, I suppose, but Supernote is like pretty top of the line that as you can get. So yeah, I will say the aesthetic, the feel, the romanticism is much better with e-ink, but just like price to performance wise, I feel like iPad is just really killing it right now. I feel like this whole thing of like paying more for less is kind of stuck up. Like, if it has the capability and you don't use it, I feel like that's fine, but I feel like there's no reason to pay more for something that can only do less sometimes. But yeah, if you guys have just been like sleeping on the iPads, they've been getting real cheap. It might be worth it for you to check one out. Like, this is an M2, and that's going for like 400 for 500 for a full setup. So it might be worth looking into some of the even cheaper models, because this is pretty specced out, I would say. But yeah, the pros for this guy are refresh rate, just general usability as a tablet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's not really that money argument left anymore. And then for these guys, if you have eye strain issues, battery life, that's pretty much it. But honestly, like, I'm already plugging in my phone and my computer and my earbuds every night before I go to bed, so it's like, it's one more cable to plug in for like a much more premium feeling experience. So what can I really say? It's just, I might consider this my new workhorse. I might have to buy my own iPad. I think I've been on the e-ink hype train a little bit too long, but that's it. Only if I had one device. I still think I really prefer using ink for anything related to like reading. Like I'll take ink, manga, or book over like iPad book every day. I'm still gonna carry on my Hisense, obviously. I love the Hisense. But just like taking straight up notes and like using like blank pages as scratch work, I think the iPad is a much more polished experience. Yeah, specifically software wise on the iPad, I'm just straight up using the Notes app, nothing fancy, because I feel like whenever you get anything fancy, it starts getting worse and more complicated. And with the Notes app, I'm already locked into the ecosystem, so I can just access this on all of my other devices. So yeah. So that being said, let's say our gear slop review tier list goes from F to S tier. I would say I'd say both of these items are like a solid A. They're solid. I'm assuming like, or actually, if you came from like just straight up non-digital note taking, I'm sure either of these solutions would like be placed in an S tier. So maybe they're just a tied S tier. I think that digital note taking is a real cheat code that you can access. So yeah, I don't know how controversial what I said will be, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. Also, if any of you guys were watching the stream, let me know what you think about the angle. I kind of want to mess around with it a little bit. I think I need to mess around with the setup in general, but it's like getting into exam season, so I think we're pretty locked in. I like how my skin looks today. I've been trying a new routine. But my hair, I gotta figure out something better for the hair. I got some new gear as well. We actually have this camcorder that I stole from my dad. This is like a dad cam. I might try getting some shots off of this. This actually still has an SD card, so it's not gonna be too annoying. And then over the break, I got my first like serious fragrance. This is like one that I own and not me borrowing my dad's. This is Orpheon from Diptyque. And then I really like Tom Dow, so the lady was nice enough to give me like 20 mils of Tom Dow as well. So shout out Austin Diptyque Boutique. Yeah. Bye bye for real. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry there wasn't one last week. I should have more gear slop out. I should have more software slop out. I should have more study technique slop out. Yeah, stay tuned folks. Bye bye.